some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Welcome to Stupid O'Clock from the soggy Tennessee Valley.
Gosh. You can tell I've been out in the rain today.
Yeah. Have you seen the videos of 153, John?
Who's been posting them? Yeah.
Good Lord.
I would, I was sitting there, I was thinking, I need to take a break. I saw the break in the rain. I said, I need to go to the store. I'll go now while there's, very little rain. So I drive down, I get in, do my grocery shopping. Got to the cash registers and I get the big windows up front. It's just pouring. I mean, it's like, my car's still out there.
It's been some deep water.
I got like 2 pairs of wet shoes and wet socks and stuff laying all over the place. And I'm trying to do some gardening.
Yeah. I'm trying to find some of the videos.
Well, they're all over Stupid Clock. I haven't seen any of the latest ones from that last downpour we had about 5 hours ago, whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm getting it now, so. If I disappear, it's because the power went out.
Really?
It clouds up around Dan and the power goes out.
Oh.
Sounds about like here.
A squirrel goes up on a transformer and decides he gonna tightrope rock, and then gets right in between the posts and gets fried.
Lovely.
Yeah, that'll blow up a transformer real quick.
I'm getting old. And I found proof of it today. I went out to water my peppers, and there's one plant I have not put outside yet. And I'm thinking, boy, those bell peppers grew like crazy. So got to watering them, got to looking. I don't know why, but they're not bell peppers. They're jumbo jalapeno. They're mammoth jalapeno peppers. And I know I bought mammoth jalapeno peppers, but for some reason in my brain, I've been thinking bell pepper the whole damn time that I've been growing these things for like 2 months now. So I'm out there watering them today, and it's like jalapeno peppers. So I went to Ace, bought some red bell peppers and some Bonnie bells.
Well, the habanero is a derivative of the bell pepper.
Well, they're all in the same family. It's all nightshade.
Yep. Chris, I do not know.
What is Chris? No, because it's roadkill. You got to cook it. If it's line kill,
If
if
it's line kill,
you
it
don't.
cooks itself.
It's ready to eat.
When I was a kid, we had a squirrel decide to do that, and he landed on the ground, and he landed belly up, and he had his little paws like this. And my neighbors that lived next door, they were an older couple. She went out and put a little dandelion between his feet. And you could see why. It is not my fault. Speaking of back home, it is my dad's birthday today. Happy birthday, Dad!
Happy birthday, Dale.
He's probably not watching, but happy birthday. He's hanging out with my sister. Sorry, I got excited.
Okay. Lindsay's been getting excited all day. The dog has not come in or not wanted to go out, and she has tried time and time again. I've even walked down there. I've got the dog outside. And this was before it started raining, and the dog would not go to the bathroom. Just ran back in as soon as I went for the door. So Lindsay is
Like, hell no, I ain't going out in that.
No, it wasn't raining, and the grass was dry.
They know, they can feel it in the air.
Oh yeah.
My dogs don't care. I mean, I get them all riled up, worked up, open the door, and two of them take off out the door, then the other two chase them. I slam the door real quick and just wait.
This is interesting, Joe. You'll like this. Elon Musk wins his vote to establish his own city in Starbase, Texas.
Yeah. Thing is, the only people that got to vote were SpaceX employees.
And he still missed 4 of them. The vote went 173-4.
Yeah, those 4 still live in Boca Chica Village. Yeah, but the SpaceX employees, all live there. Who's going to vote against the boss?
Nobody if they're smart enough.
It depends on how much money they're getting.
Well, the welders down there are making nuclear wages.
Seems I remember something about stainless steel being tricky to weld. But
It is.
It is. So is aluminum.
Well, stainless steel is like 60% nickel.
yeah,
Oh.
that's some god awful amount of soft metal.
Yeah.
And that's why stainless steel knives won't stay sharp. You breathe on it, it's dull again.
Oh, you know how us scrappers test between, because a magnet will barely, if ever, stick to stainless steel.
Yeah.
You know how we judge if it's stainless steel or polished aluminum?
Magnet won't stick to aluminum.
Grinder.
Grinder.
Yeah.
You use a hookup dating app to make it stick?
Do what?
You use a hookup dating app to make it stick?
Yeah. No, stainless.
You had your hand over your mouth the first time, so yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, stainless steel will spark under a grinder. Aluminum don't.
Okay, I'm going to stop now. Maybe. It's been a long day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, who is that there?
Oh, I found out some sad news. One of our favorite restaurants is closing.
Oh, that's
Oh,
too
no.
bad. Which
The guy's
one?
been running it for 20 years, and he was manager, and then he bought it like 8 years ago, and he's just like, I'm done.
Mm,
So,
that's too bad.
yeah, we
Oh
were talking
well.
to him today, and he was tearing up. So it's not like he's like, "Yay, I'm closing!" And his servers, he's been reaching out to other restaurants around the area to
Well,
see if they're hiring and saying, "Hey, I have this server. These are the servers I have looking for jobs." And so, I mean, he's not leaving his employees high and dry either that way.
That's good.
So,
There was this really great mom and pop Italian place on Ashland Terrace. Darris.
Oh yeah, yes.
And it great, just real old fashioned Italian food. And as they got older, they quit running the restaurant as much. They started shutting down a couple of days during the week. And they started shutting down the entire week and would only open on weekends. And then it kind of got to the point where you had to call them. And it was like, my mom called, "Hey, Miss Darris, y'all going to open today? Are you bringing them kids with you?" "Yes." "Okay, we'll open."
Have you ever heard the story about, old man Darris spoke his mind,
Oh, yeah.
didn't hold his punches. And one day this guy was ordering pizza and all that, and he grabbed the peppers and took a couple out, looked at them, tasted one of them. Those will light you up if you ain't ready for pepper. Old man Darris walks by me. He goes, "You okay?" He goes, those peppers are a little hotter than I. He said, "Can I get a little glass of water or something before my food gets here?" Old man Darris says, "Hell no, you damn fool! You need to burn." And old man Darris made sure the food got to the table before the drinks did. I was grinning at that one. What, did you know old man Darris?
I did not.
like, not personally, but new people like him. I would have been in the back room sooner. I was watching a show on Richard Pryor, so I kind of got sucked into watching that because he's from here originally. So,
Dang. Love, peace, and burger grease. Slicks burgers to close after decades of service. We're losing our one of our little mom and pop burger joints.
well, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, I guess 7-Eleven on 153 is going to have a good sale on sodas and stuff.
No kidding. See if they got any. Let's see. 7.
Cool.
You all right, Joe? That look like indigestion.
I'm good.
Oh,
Think.
okay.
Oh, Joe, you like that video I sent of the guys playing war with the jackhammers?
Yeah. Oh,
I got in trouble for that at work.
I can't imagine why.
I wasn't brave enough to ride the Whacker Packer.
Ugh.
The foot packer,
Mm-hmm.
laid on side, cut it on, it'll walk away.
No, I don't get to play with any of that stuff, sadly. So
Not any no more.
even when I worked at the state, I didn't get to play with that stuff. That wasn't part of maintenance. I don't even know if maintenance had a Packer other than a manual one.
Mm.
We had a guy break a cylinder with the hoe ram.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially when it was a brand new backhoe.
Mm.
Had less than 100 hours on it. Snapped it right at the knuckle where it. Yeah, they weren't happy about that.
I can't imagine why.
The thing is, the general foreman comes by and he goes, "If you can't get it to go through, wiggle it a little."
That's what she said. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I know it's not the green room.
It's okay.
Somebody just got a message, and it wasn't me.
Not me.
Not even so much as a weather alert.
So it's probably Dawn.
Somebody was asking me what the joke. Earlier I made a comment about paracord on a message, and they were asking what that meant.
Did you have fun explaining?
About last night when I was watching. Oh my God! If you've watched our shows on Wednesday nights, oh my God, TV to you.
OMG TV to you.
Yeah, he had a show going last night, and he was playing music, and I said I was bopping along. And the person I was talking to, I said, yeah, I was bopping along, but not enough to require paracord. And they were like, wait, what's that mean?
If you know, you know.
I said, my friends, they threaten me with paracord if I don't behave.
Oh, I've got to look.
What?
Oh, and we may have a special guest in a little bit. I'm not going to say who it is. Let's let them come in.
Do I know them?
Maybe.
Yep, I know who it is.
I'm not sure. Do you?
Huh?
Do you?
I don't know. If it's who I think it is, then yes.
Oh.
Oh, let's see, what is this? Series opening loss. Tennessee dropped a rain-soaked series opener to Auburn.
Baseball or?
Yeah.
Water polo today.
Anybody watch the ponies?
Did they run?
They ran.
Oh,
I thought they ran on Sunday.
It was today.
That was today. They all started out different colors, but they all ended up being brown.
Why am I not surprised?
It was mud. I mean, mud.
Who won?
Was it journalism? I can't remember if it was journalism or I think that's who. I cannot remember. I know that was one of the top ones. I like Tistastic. That's
Tistastic.
yeah. As they were reading the names, that's the one that went Ding! So that's what I was cheering for.
I now know what I'm going to name my Kentucky Derby horse.
Ding.
Oh,
I can't remember.
One of my friends, one time they were talking about band names, and he goes, "They should name a band. I have no idea." So when somebody says, "Hey, I'm going to go see a band tonight. Who are you going to go see?" I have no idea. Sovereignty. Thank you, Chris.
Name a band, whoever's playing.
Or I'll know another one. I don't know, but they suck.
Hey, you're talking to the person who knew somebody who named their dog Ask Him. What's your dog's name? Ask Him. He was a mean Shar-Pei that got ran over by a car.
Well, that just escalated real quick.
Really? It's like the thunder outside gave a dramatic roll just as you said that. If Lindsay wasn't asleep in the lazy boy, I'd go to the front door and open it and shout out into the night, "Blucher!" Oh.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I've got the TV3. One of their people went by the 7-Eleven and did a cell phone video of it. Are we allowed to play that on this, or is that?
Probably not.
Show it. Hell, I don't give a damn. What can they do? Give us a strike? We're just, as long as we don't cover their logos and say who it's from, give them credit.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
So where's the rewind button? There we go.
And who are we giving credit to? Channel 3?
WRCP, TV3, Chattanooga.
Well, if you look, there's a car sitting at the pump. The water's up to the license plate. That's how fast the water rose.
Yeah, that in the time it took. Let me see if I can get this. Okay. You can see the car right there.
Yeah.
And in the time it took them to go in and pay for their gas and get back out, that's what happened.
Oh, dear Lord.
Wait. I want to see that again. I want to see if the damn gas pump's still in the nozzle's still in the receptacle there.
I bet you they won't pull up to a pump no more. Hey, and I bet you I won't be buying gas from there for about a year.
Yeah, those tanks are going to have to be drained and.
No, they'll run it through a water. All those gas pumps have water filters.
They'll have to be changed filters.
They'll have to be changed a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, it got up to about 2 feet inside the store.
Mm.
Even the Starbucks got wet.
Did that? And they had some water in their parking lot. I didn't see. Didn't look like it got flooded though.
We had one over in the.
No, it didn't make it up on the sidewalk.
Do what?
It didn't make Starbucks did. It didn't make it up on the sidewalk.
You had a what, Dan?
We had a backed up drain pipe underneath the road, and when that burst, it flooded a Waffle House and made it close.
No,
I mean, there were cars in the parking lot. You couldn't see anything but the roof. and water was just coming through the doors of the Waffle House. So they pretty much, the emergency menu was not going to cut it.
Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, but the thing is, they opened a day and a half later.
I don't even know if it was a day and a half.
Waffle House maintenance crew is amazing. Oh.
I think they had a crew in there cleaning up and drying everything out overnight, and were able to open the next morning, if not the next noon. Because, like I said, it wasn't from a huge amount of rain. It's because a drain pipe got backed up, and then when that whatever was blocking it broke through, had an entire acre's worth of water run through there into the Waffle House parking lot.
You know what? That's a brand new 7-Eleven too.
Yeah, it is. It's only
Not
been
anymore.
open about a year. I didn't like it anyway.
Why not?
Just, I didn't like the layout. People that worked there were shitty.
It's they put it in the middle of an old parking lot. Didn't that used to be IR Optical or something like that? Or
That used to be the lower end of the Toys R Us parking lot. You know, the one that always flooded?
Yeah, wasn't there a eyeglass place there at one time?
Maybe.
Oh, there was a road that. No, I'm kidding. I knew there was a road. I was being a smartass.
You can see why it flooded.
That's a weird extended cab truck there.
It's an extended cab. You know what's funny?
And that right there is why rednecks should not be allowed welders.
Hey, they did a good job on the body work.
I'd be willing to bet that they actually sell that model. Nobody actually welded it together. It just, they went out and bought it.
No, that was a stitch.
I was gonna say, I think it's the two pictures coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's the truck and there's a after the picture. Oh, it turned into a house now. What? The thing could just keep getting bigger.
I think we talked about that on Thursday, Chris. I think we mentioned it.
Oh, it was a T-Mobile store.
Yeah, but before that, it was long ago. It was
Yeah.
IR Optical or something. Oh, well, there's another reason it flooded.
Well, look at that ditch there, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
That guardrail was underwater.
They put
Yes, dear.
They put that thing in a hole. That's just all there is to it.
And this, folks, is why we need to have proper maintenance.
And this, folks, is why we love Joey. Because Joey makes sure shit like this doesn't go down on his watch.
Oh, I don't work directly for Not Anymore. I ain't my fucking concern.
Well, the problem is
In general.
the backup was in that little neighborhood back through there.
Yeah.
You're,
Well, they got a creek. They got the railroad tracks and a creek right there. So
Yeah.
where I was going with that, Joey, is that you don't just half-ass shit. So that, excuse my language today, apparently. So if something does not look right, you're not going to be like, yeah, so what? You're going to fix it. You're not going to let stuff half-assed happen.
where was the?
Thank you for the confidence.
I know there's a creek back there. Oh, there it is. Okay. Wonder how bad that place got flooded.
Fairly badly, I assume.
Probably not at all because it's a little bit of a hill right there. Oh, the stories about that rock quarry.
Yeah, I started to say.
Y'all heard the stories of the Playboy house here in Chattanooga, right?
Nope.
Which the Playboy house or Paul Gray's place?
Yeah, Paul Gray's Playboy house.
Well, Paul Gray's was up in the north end of 153. The Playboy house was up on Missionary Ridge.
That was the second one.
That was the overflow Playboy house.
Yeah, that was Dr. Spangler's farm. Dr. Spangler was part of that group.
Let's see here.
All right, I keep hearing the thunder, but I don't see any lightning.
Are you sure it's not my mouse?
No, your mouse sounds totally different.
Your mouse don't shake his butt.
Eh,
Up.
rattle my windows, maybe.
Dear.
Oop, what the hell?
You ended
Whoa.
up in the tunnel.
You're in a tunnel, dude.
Did you just find a secret military tunnel that people aren't supposed to know about?
That's
Well, people know
cool.
about it. There's cars in there.
Wait a minute. I need to hang on a minute. I'm going to screenshot that. All right.
They went plaid.
No kidding. And strange enough, there is a tunnel there, but is that the one? Oh, what was I used to know this like the back of my. I used to know this like the back of my hand. Now I can't remember where the hell I'm at.
You knew where the swingers place was on the ridge?
Yeah. It's a park now. They done bulldozed it. So.
Some big houses there.
That's where the elite of Chattanooga lives.
Sorta. Yeah.
Now, what are those three tanks down there?
That's Mo, Larry, and Curly storage. That's water. You can tell by the vents.
Okay, that's water for East Ridge. All right.
That's where they store the salt for the winter.
No, the reason I'm asking is I know
That's-
most of that area.
Well, that's up by Macaulay School.
That's on the backside of.
Let me see if I can find this again. All right.
It was down on the south end.
You might be right. There's the crest.
There's the freeway.
Yeah.
Chris wants to make sure that you all remember that you said mouse and butt in the same sentence.
Hey, mouse and butt's not a thing. Mouse and butt and gerbils a whole different story.
You're not wrong.
No, but oh.
And a toilet paper roll too? No, don't never try to light a light so the feller can get out.
You know this from personal experience? Never mind.
I've heard stories.
Uh-huh. You know how this group, especially Carl, is great at making up new words to songs?
Yeah.
Well, this predates them. And I know a very... Oh, nope. I'll say it in the after show. Mm-mm.
All right, John, you're getting close to my neighborhood.
Ooh,
Well, that didn't help at all.
that was an impressive roll of thunder there. That was one of those once more with feeling kind of rolls of thunder.
That's close right there.
Yeah, I know. I just and they got it's easy to find because they got a gate on it. There it is.
Yeah.
Well, it had a gate.
Had it. Well, it's still there. They just
And they can't build any more houses on the ridge because it's a national park. If a house gets torn down, it gets turned over to the park.
where's that? The Frank Lloyd Wright house. Darn it.
Well, the Frank Lloyd Wright house used to belong to my late sister's ex-husband's daddy.
Oh, there you go. Frank. There we go. Seymour and Gertie house.
Yeah, it looks like a Frank Lloyd Wright right there.
And it's a protected home. It can't be, it has to be fixed up and cannot be torn down.
Oh, what was the one I saw the other day? The guy that played the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz.
Alexa, who played Tin Man in Wizard of Oz?
Your password has changed. To make your Wi-Fi information, go to the Alexa app. In the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz.
I think Alexa needs to be updated.
Would you quit saying her name? I don't have her signed in right now, so she keeps trying to tell me I'm not signed in.
No, it said Buddy Epson was the Tin Man.
He was the first.
He was the first choice for the role, but he turned out to be allergic to the aluminum paint.
Yes. Anyway, the guy that got the role and was in the movie, he had a house built out in Los Angeles that was beautiful Art Deco thing, and it's actually an apartment, strangely enough, and it's an apartment building to this day, and it's still there. It was kind of a neat. They had a lot of neat steel sculpture out on the front of the house, so that it looked kind of like a Studebaker. And I got to thinking, well, can you imagine trying to get steel sculpture made for a house nowadays, what it would cost?
Yeah. Be right back.
Thank you for the warning, sir.
Poor Donna. So what are you doing on the bouncy house? And what is going on with your hair, Joe? When you turn your head, turn the other way.
Yeah, it's just up. It's just sticking up.
Wow.
What? You're in a bouncy house?
No, Jack Haley played the Tin Man.
Oh, thank you, Jack Haley.
There's a reason I'm wearing a hat tonight.
So I don't make fun of your hair?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can make fun of mine.
Wouldn't dream
Watch
of it.
this. Watch this. Hey, Google. Fuck you.
I'm a virtual assistant, but your words are still very real. Please keep them respectful. If you're frustrated with something, I'm open to your feedback. Sorry about that, asshole. To report a problem, you can send feedback.
No, she's not wrong. As Chris said about something completely else, it fits to this thing. So,
Did you know that the Tin Woodsman was given an actual name in the Wizard of Oz books?
No.
His name was Nick Chopper.
The more you know.
Really? Well, you haven't uploaded that one yet, or I would have played it a few minutes ago. Don't feel bad. I haven't uploaded it either.
Joey's like, I have it, but I don't have ops.
I know you got it. I just haven't.
And John has no clue what we're talking about.
The squeegee of knowledge.
And again, John has no clue what we're talking about. Hey, John, you should
nod,
tune in
John.
Wednesday nights to the Creatives at Play to catch up on the newest information of what's happening on with Independent Creator Directory. Hashtag always promote.
Where is this?
This is in Los Angeles. And that's that neat little Art Deco house that the Tin Woods made. You know, it looks like something from the Wizard of Oz.
Mike Sharp. Good thing that his last name is Sharp. Good thing. Never mind. I was going to use the last name Hunt.
First name Mike?
Yep.
Okay.
To go along with Chris's comment.
What?
It's got a name, the Mauritania House. Mauritania House.
Oh, yeah. A small country in Central Europe somewhere.
Inhabited by Tin Woodsmen.
Oh, wait a minute. No, there's an island.
Does it have penguins? I think I've seen that movie. No, that's Madagascar. My bad. Well, they urban sprawled the hell out of that thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. West African.
Hmm.
I don't know why I associate Mauritania with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or its sequel, but I'm probably wrong.
Here is the Frank Lloyd, or the geez, I am having word problems tonight. Frank Lloyd Wright House that's located here in Peoria.
Well, he put them up everywhere.
Yeah, he was kind of prodigious or prolific, excuse me.
Yeah,
But they're cool looking. I love them.
There's a what's the one? Falling Water, I think is the one.
Yeah.
That's just gorgeous.
Didn't he also do the one on the rock in Wisconsin?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I want to go to that one so bad. Oh.
So my father-in-law's house was designed by a student of Frank Lloyd Wright.
That's right. I knew that. I forgot that, but I knew that. I got way too excited over that. I just shut up tonight.
Why?
Because I think somebody put a quarter in me at some point in time, and I don't know why.
I'm not touching that line. Not even in the green room would I touch that line.
I'm just
That's
going to sit
falling.
here in silence.
Let's see here.
What, Joey?
Would you just look up all of Frank Lloyd Wright's houses?
Well, darn it. Yes. Typed in houses. Let's see here. I hate that it won't let me do what I want to do.
That's computers for you.
try this again. Here we go. Did they paint that? I guess you got to. What was his style called? Anyone know right offhand?
Not a clue.
And I was supposed to study that stuff in college. I don't think we got that far before I ran out
Art
of money.
Nouveau or postmodern or something? Yeah, it's something.
Postmodern sounds about right, but
Is that the one here in Chattanooga?
Hey Dan, Chris sent a message in the group chat, said last comment that he made.
I saw it. I
Okay.
can't pronounce it, but I saw it. Yeah, that would be the island, probably with a volcano on it that
Somebody
Captain
bring
Nemo.
up so if anybody's watching, they can see if they're not on this channel. Because nobody knows how to say it either. I'm a little shit tonight.
Only tonight?
More than usual.
Oh,
I
go
was
away,
gonna say,
Wayfair. I don't want to buy anything of your overpriced stuff.
French colonial territory, I believe. You know what? It's just automatic for me to read comments now, apparently.
You've been trained.
I have a really good boss. His name is Joe Bachman.
that guy's a dick.
Nah. Not any more than I'm a bitch.
Rack-a-boom. I bet the dog ain't sleeping through this.
I was just saying, how does Kimber feel about thunderstorms?
I think we're going to find out. I'll hear Lindsay cussing through the entire hallway and 2 doors by that time. Well, 1 door.
Chris thinks it's pronounced Martitius. Martitius.
I haven't the faintest idea.
I'm just, again, just doing my Wednesday night job tonight.
That's fine.
She's going through withdrawals since we don't have a Monday night show also.
Okay. There's two of there's a Mauritania, which is Northwest Africa country, and Mauritius, which is the island country in the Indian Ocean. So
And Joe, you might be right. I know. Anybody wants to have a show Monday night, they can have a show Monday night. But
Mm-hmm.
Tish, you spoke French. Yes, you can tell I had a misspent childhood.
I don't know. I think I've been boring everybody with my puzzle streams, but hey.
I haven't found them boring. I found them quite relaxing.
Trey said that she finds them very soothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think the music is part of that too.
Oh, that hack.
Okay, Donna.
You know that Donna's laying there right now and her eyes just opened up and said somebody's talking about me. And Chris wants to know, where's your special guest, Joe?
Said he was going to be here. I don't know where he's at.
And y'all are in the same time zone.
All right. I'll print that in a little bit. I'm hearing a siren.
It's about time.
John, they tried to, they ordered lower end of the hill flood evacuation.
Did they? I was wondering about that because there's that one low end.
Yeah.
And
They wanted to put it through the whole neighborhood, and I told them, guys, if the water gets up this high, we're off.
if I have to evacuate for a flood, where are we going? Okay. What, Lookout Mountain?
Well, that would be just a little bit taller than Joe's neighborhood.
It's kind of like where I am. I'm not that far from the Illinois River, but if it gets up here, we have a whole other issue altogether.
Now, Joe could get flooded in on that hill, but the flood waters ain't going to get to him.
No. I
Even
mean,
if
the
dam
roads,
breaks, it ain't.
the roads could be blocked so he can't get out, but
And that's a problem in how?
Donna's home, right?
Yeah.
Joe, they'd have to evacuate the fire station before they ever evacuate you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
no, Chris, Joe's not going to need a boat. He's got the big yellow truck. It floats. Just strap a couple of empty propane tanks under it. And
on top of that, his head's big enough and swallowed up just enough that it's just going to pop along the top of the water anyways.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you not? I had to, Joe. I'm sorry.
I was always kind of surprised they never ran another road up there from Hickson Bike.
What do you mean?
Well, see, is the music store still up there in Hickson Bike? You know what I'm talking about? Used to be Giant Steps.
Oh, yeah.
Is it still there? Or?
No, they
I always thought they were going to run a road from right about there up along that cut where they put all those businesses.
Well, at one time, all those businesses' sidewalks were level with Hickson Pike.
Right.
They cut it all down to widen it out.
oh, yeah. If it gets that high, then yeah, he will need a boat. If we don't stop getting this constant rain, I'm going to need a boat to mow my yard with.
No, just get the cranberry bog stuff out there.
I don't know if cranberries will do well in this heat. I thought they were a cold weather plant.
To a point. They can't take heat, but they can't take southern heat for sure.
Yeah, really. I mean, ambient temperature of 110 some summers. Yeah. Who needs to go to Daytona? All I got to do is walk up the driveway and get the mail.
Oh, that hurt.
You all right?
I sneezed.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
I've heard.
Excuse me.
I've heard don't do that around Vincent McMahon. They'll fire you. You cannot sneeze in his presence.
Sounds like a him problem.
Yeah. How are you going to stop a sneeze?
The way I just did, rather painfully.
Well, I finally got tired of packages being shoved in my mailbox that plainly say, "Do not bend, do not fold." So Lindsay and I are looking at bigger mailboxes to put on the post out front. I mean, I've had the same mailbox since I bought the house.
See, it's apply to open your own post office. That'll fill 'em.
Nope.
Postmaster Dan.
I ain't got time for that stuff.
Yeah, you do. You're retired.
Have you seen my honeydew list? It don't matter. I don't have time to sort mail. Although I have thought seriously about getting one of those surplus Grumman mail cats, as Nick the Fat Electrician calls, because they were built by Grumman, the aircraft company.
Well, the body was Grumman, the frame was Chevy. What was it? I'm trying to remember everything.
It's a Chevy S10 with on a Grumman body.
Except they had to reverse the steering.
Yeah.
Because you drive it from the right hand side.
Now, guess what's going to happen to those when they get retired, as they retire out?
Probably they'll get crushed.
Yep. Which is a shame.
Not really. I mean,
of course, from what I've heard, you don't want to get one above 60.
No. I don't know that they can go above 60. The rubber band will break.
They're just a four-cylinder Iron Duke. Geared real low.
Well, drop 327 in there and take off.
If that is an S10 frame,
yeah,
you could put a much larger engine on that thing.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Let me see here. It's the official name for it is the Grumman LLV. See, the chassis by General Motors based on a Chevy S10, aluminum body built by Grumman. Let's see here. It's a 2. Well, it depends on which version. There's two engines, 2.2 liter, and then a 2.5 liter. 3-speed automatic, GM transmission. A TH180.
Well, one of the reasons they can't sell them is they don't have any safety requirement that vehicles are supposed to have in those years, except for seat belts.
Oh, I didn't know this. The Grumman LLV?
I know who it is. They just messaged me. I was right.
They what?
They just messaged me. Busted. Your guest.
Oh.
I was right. They thought the show was still at 11.
Oh.
And so I said, no, some adjustments have been made. Sorry, go ahead.
Canada uses those for their postal service.
Well, they're a tough little truck. They're just junk to begin with.
I may be needing to get a 4-wheeler with enough horsepower to pull a trailer full of tree limbs and brush and stuff back into the woods and throw it on a wood pile, and get back out of the woods. I keep forgetting how steep that damn hill is. Bless you, Dawn.
Thank you.
That was 2. I'm waiting for the 3rd one. Then we'll have to kill her because it didn't take.
I'm looking at the top row.
What?
Gotta be one of you guys.
That you're allergic to?
That too, I suppose. Chris said get a ridge, especially if it comes with a mullet.
Now, there's a guy that's got a shop in back of one of the convenience stores, and he's been rebuilding used ones. And since I have to go down there about every 2 or 3 days, I thought about just walking around from the convenience store and going, hey, you got anything big enough to pull a little trailer back into the woods and then back out up a hill? If I have to, I'll build a damn trailer myself.
Dan, I'm going to give you the answer that he'll probably give you. You got enough money, I do.
How fast do you want to spend?
Let me get the other trailer to the landfill and empty it out, and I'll come to get one today. Cash on the barrelhead.
Joey, I just read something and made me think of your wife.
I don't know why that scares me, but go on.
I love board games, especially the ones where you can arrange cheese and meat and crackers and grapes and then eat it. I'm so good at that one.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I was going to say, see, you didn't have to be worried. You don't have to always be worried about me. Sometimes I'm decent.
Okay, I've had enough. Joe, what's with the crooked picture behind you?
The one right
The big
there.
white
Right
square.
over your
that's a light.
chair.
Oh, that's a light.
It's a light,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I was thinking, why is this picture hanging so crooked on the wall?
Because it ain't on the wall.
One of the lights I used to use when I was streaming. Just never got around to taking it down.
When you were streaming, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, when I was streaming more often from that computer.
Okay.
John, you got to hit close 3 times.
No. You know what I just did?
What?
I backed out. I hit the back arrow, and it took me completely out of StreamYard.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to remember that one.
So 2 things. Did anybody
No.
go to any comic book stores today for free comic book day? And tomorrow is May the 4th be with you.
Uh-oh. You have a guest, Joe.
Hey, Mac. Did you get the email?
Hey guys, I'm muted, so it's going to take me a second to get this figured out.
We can hear you. Oh.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yep.
now I hear you.
All right, I need to step back out and back in.
Well, he
That
made
was our special guest.
Hey, he fulfilled his obligation. He just showed up for the show.
He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
He's been at the last 2 Helicons, and I've been at them, and he's just a. Do you remember him, right, Joe?
Yeah. I remember meeting him.
Yeah.
There we
Oh,
go. He's
okay.
back.
There
I
it
was
goes.
going to say he was buying stuff
Can
from
you
the
hear me
auction.
now?
Sorry about that. But, my mic wasn't working, so you guys could hear me, but I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
And,
StreamYard has that problem sometimes.
Yeah, we were talking about you being in Halicon, and you're one of our favorites because not only did you first year you showed up as you know, as a guest. The next year you were shocked we asked you back.
We get that a lot, actually.
And then this year you're actually in our vendors area.
Yeah. I mean, I want to be there every year, regardless of capacity.
Yeah, he's had so much
if it
fun.
means pushing, mopping the floor, then that's what we'll do.
Yes,
Dawn, I
he's
think
going to be selling stuff, so bring money. Yeah.
Hey,
oh yeah.
Dawn, did you hear what he just said?
He's going to be mopping floors.
Chris, did you hear that? We got another volunteer.
Oh crap! And this is being recorded.
On the internet, which means it's never going away. Okay.
Ever. The internet is forever.
It'll be on the Wayback Machine until well after your grandchildren are old and feeble.
If Carl's watching, it may be a meme tomorrow. Okay.
I was gonna say, and here's the thing: everybody is going, hey, if he's gonna help with some of the lifting, some of the, cleanup or whatever, that means that Dawn doesn't need as much paracord next year.
Oh no, we're still bringing the same amount.
Let me know what I can do to be of assistance, as always.
Heavy metal fud.
Uh-oh. I'm going to be moving as I go here because I have a dog that has severe anxiety. Duck here. You guys may not have met I have a Bichon Frise that has I guess you call it attachment disorder, because every time that I'm not attached to him, my house becomes very disordered. And here he is.
Hi, Jack. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy.
Oh.
I can hear one of the cats knocking on my door right now.
This is my life.
Hey, at least it's not a husky.
True. Anyway, I'm sorry that I've lost track with you over the last few months. I was telling Dawn what happened. I went through the most bizarre crash diet in history.
You didn't go into detail, so I need to hear the rest of this now.
Okay, well, here's what happened. When I went to Halicon, I weighed 260, somewhere between 216 and 218 pounds. But I was suffering from insomnia, and my preferred method of treating insomnia was beer in significant quantities. Well, at the start of January, Donald and my wife and I decided we were going to start eating a lot healthier so that, we wouldn't drop dead at 70. So we started eating a lot cleaner, cut out all the processed foods. I do a lot more cooking, all that good stuff, and feeling a little bit better, but still wasn't able to sleep without beer. So finally, my wife suggested, well, why don't you try Delta 8? So here's the thing. I've never used the one time I was exposed to it in college, it made me ill. And I'd always assumed I was allergic to it because it just never did anything for me. So we tried Delta 8. We tried some 25 milligram gummies, and they were like juji fruits for me. For some reason, I have a sky high THC tolerance, but not that high. So my dispensary recommended some knockout gummies that are 250 milligrams a pop. And they said, take a quarter of these, but I didn't catch that part, and I took a whole one. I was legit hallucinating. I was
asleep for days.
Oh yeah, I was touring the outer planets. It was quite a thing. But I was finally able to start sleeping again once I got the dosage right. The problem was I was sleeping really, really well till 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And they say that supposedly when you get the munchies with using it never happened to me. It killed my appetite. Finally, at the end of the end of March, Donald suggested that I go off of them because I was like becoming incredibly lazy, not getting anything done. My writing was being affected. And so I went off of them. And right as I went off of them, I either got food poisoning or a really, really bad stomach bug. And for about 6 days there, I wasn't sure which end to point at the toilet or when to point it there.
Oof.
So I finally, after about 6 days, that I finally started to feel a little better. I was starting to recover, and I went in the bathroom, and I looked like I had been through a wasting illness. I figured I probably lost about 5 or 10 pounds. I stepped on the scale, and I dropped from 216 to 189.
Wow.
Yeah. That is not a trash diet I recommend.
No.
And the greater irony is that within a couple of days, my energy levels shot completely back. I had a ton more energy. I've been able to take melatonin for my sleeping. I feel like I'm about 38 instead of 59. It has been bizarre. I don't know how it happened.
Well, good for you.
But at least you're on the up and up. However it happened, at least you're on the up and up.
Oh,
And that's what, you know.
It's kind of like in the Hitchhiker's Guide where the guy, where Zaphod Beeblebrox's descendant had an accident with a time machine and
And a
made him
contraceptive.
immortal, but most people would end up dead trying to duplicate it.
No, I've had my experience with gummies, and I don't want any more.
That was your
Neither.
fault, Joe Dog. I still say that. And honestly, that's the biggest reason why people don't do them again is because they overdo it on their first try.
Now, if Taco Bell made gummies, Joe would be there. Okay.
No.
You can.
Well, what Taco Bell would need to do would make the gummy happy hour at about 7. And
In the morning.
then wait for the business to roll in.
I always said if I was going to open a marijuana dispensary, I'd put it right in between a Taco Bell and a Crystal.
The
Okay, I'm just
The
laughing.
one-
The main one we
the
go
one
to
that
here-
I would go to, or that one I went to, was right across the street from Cece's Pizza.
So the one
There
that
you
we
go.
go to is next to an Olive Garden with a Sam's Club on the other side
Yeah.
where they have that purple ass lighters. Or
Yeah.
excuse me, purple ass torches.
Exactly, Chris. It was my nephew's fault.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I like Mac's idea, but you also got to remember you got to let the Girl Scouts sell their cookies in front of your shop. Also,
No. Okay.
I believe they actually, if I remember correctly, they actually did sell them in front of the dispensary. At least
No offense.
somebody was.
Okay.
Right next to the
Girl
Waffle
Scouts
House.
sell cookies in front of a marijuana dispensary is like letting the mafia run the Teamsters. Okay, it's just it's
Oh, don't get me started on the Teamsters. Okay, I'm retired from UPS. I know all about that. Yeah, don't get me started.
legalized gangsters. Yeah.
Glad you
Hey.
joined us, Mac. It's always fun to see new faces on here that we don't see. And sorry, I'm taking the control of Joe Dog's show. I'm just going to go hide behind the microphone.
Well, that's fine because I'm having flashbacks. All right.
Already? All we were doing was talking about gummies.
No, I think I'm off those for good, which is probably just as well.
Well, the thing is, Mac, with my little experience, it was a little bitty piece of a gummy. 38 hours later,
Ooh.
I was, and the problem was in that time we had a convention to go promote at.
Oh my gosh.
Chris pulls into the driveway, thankfully, it was on my side of the of the travel instead of Chris's side because I'd have never made it. Chris pulls into the driveway, pulls up. I hand him the keys and I says, "You drive."
You know, CBD helps counteract that, right?
What?
CBD helps counteract the effects of the other.
I don't. Well, we didn't have none of that.
And then Max over here, I'm like, did you try CBN? I was going to ask that. Nope, I'm not going to. CBN, also known as CB Night Night.
CBN.
There's CBN, CBG, CBCs. I've actually taken classes on it because it is legal here in Illinois, recreational and medicinal, and they have actually had classes on it. So,
With the Teamsters, I'm surprised there wasn't a CDL.
well, this is where Cat's at, Caterpillar. So,
And just to point of order, when I was at the factory, our union was part of UAW. So
that's what's here is the UAW.
Uh-oh. Mama's calling, so we're about to find out what's going on.
Chef McCannon is taking the wings out of the oven.
Ooh.
There you go. Woo.
looks good.
Yeah. I had to do a very special rub with them because I was doing lemon pepper and I was just sprinkling the oregano and the lid came off.
No.
That definitely put the no into the oregano. It was about half a bottle.
I've had that happen to me before, and ever since then, I don't sprinkle anything on my food. I pour it in my hand first and then sprinkle it. That way I don't dump.
Oops.
Dan,
No.
just
love the way
describing how I was.
We just went from THC to oregano. Okay, that's a progression.
Well, we were talking about tacos, and I suppose you could sprinkle that like oregano in the taco.
We grew up in the 70s. We used to use code words like, oregano. And,
Well, there was a whole. If you ever listened to the Cheech and Chong routine about Sergeant Stadenko,
Yeah.
can you remember the exchange with Billy and the other kid about the oregano?
I'm sure the one who just left the bedroom has watched that one. Hence why I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, I have until the end of the show.
Uh-oh, Mike froze up on us.
Yeah,
There he is.
I have this.
Oh.
Smell the chicken.
He is trying to eat my hand.
He smells the oregano.
Exactly.
Oh, Italian fingers.
It's not going to chill him out the way I'd like it to.
Give the dog about a slice of one of those gummies, and maybe you'll get some peace and quiet.
No, you don't want to give an animal
No, I did that.
CBD. You can give animals CBD, and that actually is a place around here that we get our CBD from that has stuff specifically for animals.
Doggy downers.
And it has helped.
we were giving our dogs CBD oil, and then turned out they had cancer, so that didn't help that much.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nope. And I was mail ordering CBD oil, and it really helped with my arthritis. And then I realized, wait a minute, that's not legal here either. I could get in trouble.
Isn't it? I thought CBD was legal in all 50 states now.
No.
No,
I'll
ain't nothing legal in Georgia except racism.
Missouri.
In Georgia?
Yeah.
CBD
Must
oil
be,
legal in
depends, I guess
Georgia.
it depends on where you are in Georgia, because I'm in Savannah, and the police are assiduous about not enforcing it. And I know that's the case in Atlanta too. I mean, shoot, in Atlanta, I once saw a guy with a joint in his mouth riding a unicycle down Auburn Avenue.
I'm about 90 miles east of Atlanta, and the closest town has the University of Georgia in it.
Okay, so you're somewhere around Greensboro, I'd say.
Around Athens, a little bit north of there. We can get to South Carolina just about as fast as we could get to Atlanta, depending on traffic on 85.
Makes sense. So you're on the 85 side. I was thinking more on the 20 side.
Actually, to go to Halicon or go to LibertyCon in Chattanooga, we go down 85 till we hit 20 and then go around Atlanta because I'm tired of people trying to kill me every time
You take the
I
north
get
end.
on 285.
Oh, Mac, when you are at Halicon, remind me to introduce you to the con director of LibertyCon.
Okay,
We need to
not
try to
familiar
get
with
you
it, so
into
yeah.
LibertyCon.
Is Brandy gonna be there?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
I hate to be the party pooper, but Joe, is it about that time?
It's almost that time, but we still got time for something else. Well, you know what? Hell, the way you were talking about, you already had it pulled up. Shit.
No,
Look out!
Yeah.
Trouble. John's up there doing the white man's underbite.
In the sock puppet.
Chris, I thought they were the same thing.
Oh,
Georgia Highway 20, not Interstate 20. I thought they were the same thing. One turned into the other.
Georgia Highway 20 is a weird road because it goes through Henry County, where I used to live, and you could take it east or north. And if you take it north, it'll actually circle all the way around the city up around Alpharetta, or even north of there.
Yeah.
It takes you 7 days to make that trip, but it does do it.
Depends on the time of day. Now we go to, what is it? Not Clarksville.
I thought you took the train.
No.
Wish I could.
I missed the last train. Now we go up to where it crosses over 75, and then we go north from there. It's weird that I am more comfortable driving on 75 than I am in Atlanta anywhere on any of the 10 million Peachtree streets or anything.
Atlanta doesn't really bother me, but I grew up there and spent most of my life either there or south of it. So I guess it's familiar enough that that the muscle memory can kind of kick in, at least the places where they haven't added 15 lanes.
Yeah. I used to go to a bookstore in Atlanta on my motorcycle. And I would just load up with books in my backpack. Head back.
Was that Oxford? Was that Oxford?
Book Nook.
Oh, the Book Nook. That's on Claremont. It's still there.
Yeah. I'm glad. I probably spent enough money there for them to be in business until the end of time, but
yeah, that's a good place. That was one of my go-tos to find stuff that wasn't readily available.
That's where I got 90% of my Doctor Who novelizations, and can't find very many in Athens, but there's classic series, the script adaptations and things like that is what I mean. The new stuff,
Hmm.
I really don't know. I watch it. I don't know if I want to buy the books, but I watch it. Matter of fact, there's one on Disney now I need to watch because I'm not staying up till 2:30 in the morning to watch an episode of Doctor Who. I'm sorry. I will watch it within a day or two, so my rating shows up in the 7 days.
Well, that's what streaming is for.
Exactly.
Oh, well, guess what, guys?
It is that time.
Yes, it is that time. We must say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night.
So good night, everybody.
Good
Thanks
night,
for having me
everybody.
on, and it's good to see everyone.
Yep.
You too.
It's
And
good to see
Mac,
I'll see y'all.
Mac,
I'll see
here's
y'all
a big hint.
tomorrow. So
Here's a big hint. That link works for next week too.
Outstanding. Well, I'll hop on now that I know what time to be here.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
wife and I had scheduled date night, and I figured that I would get that we would watch a movie, and that as the movie would be ending, I'd be jumping in, and then Dawn was like, "It's 30 minutes to go," and I was like, "Oh."
Well, it's 9 Eastern on Thursday and 10 Eastern on Saturdays.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yep.
Good night. Say bye.
Good night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.